one
So everybody
more.
got that WAP. That's what it is.
Yeah,
WAP.
I mean,
Hey,
when
you know
everybody
that's
got it,
like
you gotta see who got the
girls,
best.
women put that on like a resume. They're like, hey, I have a high school diploma. I worked 3 jobs and I have that WAP. You're like,
That's
yeah,
an
what
award.
you got that WAP. Wait a second. You say WAP.
Let's sir, could you expound upon that WAP?
Yeah, explain to me a little more about that.
She's a winner. She's good with me.
You have to go back to your friends and be like, yeah, her resume is real good. The WAP was on there right there. It's right here. She got it.
You don't say.
It's certified and sealed. Like, it's it.
Oh man,
It's a real thing though.
is.
Girls are like throwing it out there like that. Like my nephew be telling me about it, and they tell me I got that WAP, and niggas is like boys are like girls now, and girls are like the guys now. It's crazy. Like
Basically.
the boys are like kind of nervous about the shit, and girls like, come bring your ass on here. Let me get this WAP on. Damn. I promise you, you be telling me some crazy stories.
No, that makes sense. Because I mean, I was looking at the stats for the divorces, and that's actually decreasing as well. Well, excluding this year. But so maybe that WAP is keeping them inside.
Nah, you know what I think it is too? I think more women are. Now I can't say women didn't always cheat, but I think like the narrative now, or like the city girl bullshit, has like fucked a lot of women up. I'm not gonna say, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, it fucked a lot of these women up, and they out here running around like hoes, and ain't nobody want no hoe no more. Shit, it's out here just buzzing it open for anybody, married and all.
You think dudes don't want hoes?
Shoot, dudes don't want hoes.
here's
women
like
don't want hoes.
I can explain. I told Liz this too, like, cause like you know a lot of these bitches got what is it? I can't call them bitches. I'm so sorry.
So his name is Chris. His name is Chris. In fact, if you look at the little icon underneath his name, it says right there, the thoughts and opinions of Chris do not affect the thoughts.
Oh my gosh. You're right. A little caption.
It just doesn't affect the thoughts of the rest of us here at all. Actually. Continue.
I want to apologize for my last statement. That's not what I want to call y'all.
Right around this time is when we do the speech. See, so we moved on from Chris.
We moved on. The capital.
The memories of Chris. Memory of a dark and dismal future. We must move on. One monkey can't stop the show. I'd like to say that we've officially moved on to the Mark of 10 podcast.
I forgot I was in the barbershop. My bad. I forgot. But anyways, a lot of these women, oh man, I've even lost my fucking point because of that.
Yeah. Well, this is what I'm going to say, that I want to say something to you guys in general, in contrast. I think the concept of men, no one wanting hoes, specifically men not wanting hoes, is a bullshit concept. I think that, listen, as I'm about to say this, I consider myself to be a believer, but seeing as the modern day society is constructed in this Judeo-Christian construct, there's this idea that goes, okay, we want the woman that's chaste and this and so on and so forth. But if you look at a lot of the mannerisms, the things that men do in general, the things that society does in general, we love hoes.
What?
Love them.
I don't think we love them. I think we enjoy watching it, but nobody wants that to be like their girl. Like all the girls that you see that's doing all this crazy stuff, right? I don't want that to be my girl. I mean, I would love to like knock you down, but I don't want you to be mine because it's too much going on for you right now. Like everyone's seeing you. Everyone's seeing
I would say you want like the action-packed woman, like the whole mentalities.
But what is that thing that says that you don't want that? Why is that? Is that something of you? Or is that just idea that you just don't want you don't want to be standing next to the girl that looks like can be had by anybody else? Is that what that is? Or what is
no. Okay, like let's say that you're with a girl, but you know she had her little spells in college, and you know the whole football team ran through and all that good stuff, right? Like, and she's had fun. She did her fun, but then you know those are the girls that are like, okay, when they're out of that nonsense stage, they're probably the best girlfriends and wives to have because they don't want to do that no more. They're done. Now I'm talking about the girls you see on Instagram that are half naked all day and every day, and that's how they live their life. Like I don't want that. I don't want to be. I
Poison.
don't want to be with that girl.
These girls are poison.
And she might not even be a hoe. She just is. She has the whole page, and every nigga in the world is just like, yeah, look at her naked.
Personality.
So you don't want
my girl naked all day.
So you don't want a girl that's desirable.
No, now there's a difference from being desirable and being a hoe. Like that shit that these women are doing online is like hoe shit. Like you're half-ass naked because you're half-ass naked for a like. You just want someone to say, "Ooh, nice butt." And half of these guys are in your DMs like, "Wait, what you doing later?" Oh, girl, you look so like. I seen a girl on Instagram that she has to like Photoshop her images, and niggas is like niggas is still on her page like, "Oh, you look so damn good." Like, how? You know this is Photoshop. You're gonna get them and be highly disappointed. But in their mind, this is like they just wanted to have that chance. So imagine trying to be with that girl, and all you see is a bunch of niggas under your girl's page talking about what's up.
Okay.
That shit would like. I'm like, yo, why do you have to show your body to everybody? Like, calm down. Can't you just accept my likes? I like you, baby. I think you look great. Why do you need the whole world to see you?
So let me see. Nah. So how
you got kids? Are you?
So you could have kids. So the question I asked you then is how. So what are the limits of attraction? Like then I'm just trying to figure out because I'm assuming we're all here married. I'm assuming at some point in time we visually looked at our individuals and our individual partners and were like, yeah. So like what? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to figure out a catch 22 because I figure like, I mean, there's some people who are profitable, who make a profit of being desirable. I think it's kind of minimizing to be like, okay, you're just doing it for life because I mean, obviously there's currency attached to those sites.
That's true.
Okay, we're talking about different separate groups, right? We have a lot of women that are not making money. They are literally just doing it for 4, 6. Like I've seen some girls do it for 20 likes, and I'm like, that's insane. True. Now, if you're making a living doing that, I still don't want you, but kudos to you. Like you're making that's if I could be out there just slinging dick for a living, like I mean that's what you're gonna have to do. Like
I think I could do it if she was honestly just making a living off of that and like she had her head on her shoulders and she was like, on the up and up.
You'd be cool with your girl just being naked on all platforms at all times.
Yeah, because I mean it's just like being an actor. Like you got to put that face on. You know the game. You know what it is, and then right when it goes off, like she's her.
I'm sorry. I just want to know like why is that such a thing for you? Me? Is that just like personally? Yeah. Like why is that such a thing for you? I'm not saying. Listen.
I guess I look at women. I'm looking at women more like if I'm gonna try to be with you, like I want somebody that my kids are proud of. You know what I'm saying? At some point in time, you're gonna have kids. Your kids are gonna have to go through school, and someone's gonna find those pictures and be like, "Oh, your mom was a hoe," and that's a whole thing your kid got to deal with.
That's a fair point.
I don't want my kids to grow up doing shit like cool. You do your thing. Just have common sense to be like, "Yo, I might have kids one day to see this shit." And if you're okay with that, then you be okay with it. That's on you. I don't want you, but someone else does.
That's a fair assessment. And honestly, I can honor that. This thing about it is oftentimes I have that conversation with people, right? And I talk to them. And oftentimes the reasonings that they give is based upon other people. It's not necessarily based upon what they like or don't dislike. It's based upon like perceptions of other people. Usually the perception that your girl is easily attainable or you're whatever.
No, normally those are the hardest girls to be to obtain because they got too many options. But I just think about it at my the kids and you show it to your dad and he's like, I seen her on Instagram. You're like, hey dad, calm down.
Well, okay. Well, I mean, I'm just like I said, like my whole like I said, my whole initial thought process was that more than average, most dudes they like us. They like to pretend and say they don't. They like to say X, Y, and Z, but most dudes do. We all went to school together, so we all know those dudes that was like, man, that girl's a stupid hoe. And then you talk to that girl, and it's like, yeah, man, he be telling me he love me all the time. X, Y, and Z. Here's the text message right here. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. It's like, okay, I got it. So that's the only thing I like to address. I just think that when we look at society, when we look at everything, everything will point that we like hoes. Now, men will say out their mouths verbally that they don't like hoes, and they'll say X, Y, and Z, they don't want that. But oftentimes, like, if we were to look at it scientifically and just look at like behavioral patterns, the behaviors will tell you that hoes are generally what most.
Hoe is a strong term. Cause what is a hoe?
Well, that's what I'm saying. And that's
like,
what I'm
is
saying.
the
Like,
criteria for a hoe?
But that's and there we go. Because I mean, at the end of the day, everybody's like to say like, okay, like what is categorized as a hoe? Me personally, I look at things like this, and I mean, I went through my whole college career with that thought process that I don't really necessarily judge people for real. Like, it is, you do what you do. That's just, it is what it is. If I'm rocking with you at the time, we're just rocking with you at the time. Whatever you did prior to me is not really my business. I really don't care. Also, as well, I mean, if I'm gonna talk about you, I'm talking to you. I mean, I may tell one or two people, and it's just gonna be like, I'm not really gonna trash you in front of my boys because ultimately, at the end of the day, I decided to rock with you. I know what you did. 9 times out of 10, before you told me what you did, I already knew what you did. Like, I already knew what you.
Here's another big thing for me. I guess. Excuse me. I don't mind like if you are like a hoe, quote unquote, whatever that could be. But like, let's say that you've been ran through a lot, and a lot of guys and got with you and stuff like that.
Ran through.
A lot of niggas and fucked you, like just knocked you
like,
down
without relationship.
No, not even like you just been through a lot of fellas.
Is there a numeric that's attributed to the word a lot?
If you've been a train ran on you, that's a lot. That's quite a bit. Like you can walk outside and a few guys are
how
like,
much is a train?
Oh, what up? You see like 5 or 6 guys like giving you hugs and like
this one.
That's a little bit of like, you're like, how do you know all these guys? Oh, they my friends. Like, and every guy's like, we more than friends, girl. Like, I just feel like, you get a couple trains ran on you and the basketball team has done you or football teams have done you. That's a lot for me. And, as long as you tell me up front, you say, hey, also you talking like, hey, Chris, I'm gonna be honest with you. I knocked down a lot of things, I was out there for a second. Like, don't put me in a bad situation where I'm out dapping niggas up and they done knocked you down. I have no idea because they're over looking at me like, that's you player? And I'm like, yeah, that's my girl, dog. She do that one
tongue,
thing,
don't she?
I told you, like my girl. Hey man, I need to tell you something. Let me holler at you. He said, huh? Hey man, that's your girlfriend over there? Hell no, that ain't my girlfriend. But it was. I was like, this nigga came over too cool. Hey man, I just want to let you know. She sucked my dick for a black. I was like, whew, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Like, in my mind, it's like, just if she would have told me that, I would have been more prepared for that conversation. But it hurt me so bad. I was like, that dirty bitch. And it hurt me. That's all. It just hurt me. It hurt my spirit.
How many girls have to pay for that? How many girls after that paid for that?
A lot. It was her fault. And blame her because she hurt me.
Oh man.
I thought I loved you.
Oh man.
He was like, the black wasn't for me.
But let me ask you this, right? We understand the male psyche here. I think all of us are very comfortable with who we are, right? So we all understand the male psyche. How much of that is hate?
Hate towards.
How much of that, hey yo, player? Is that your girl right there? How much of that is hate?
From the dude doing it?
Yeah, from the dude. How much of that is hate? It depends
though. Man, it just depends sometimes, right? Like sometimes.
Like, I'm not taking, and before you answer, I'm not taking any type of like thing away from the woman in the scenario. That's not what I'm trying to do. But what I'm trying to say,
no.
Oftentimes dudes hate. It's just what they do.
Yeah, 100%.
So they see you over there and you doing your thing, right? Like, what if she did that like a while back, a couple years ago? What if that was like a couple years ago? Maybe during whatever the case may be. What if there
So
was
it's
other
like,
circumstances attached to that whole black situation
so
that
that kind
we
of goes to
don't
like a
know?
question of like, do you accept their past as who they are today, or like use that as
What I'm saying is
a
that
component
I'm just
against
saying is
you?
that why do on my fault you asked me
No,
a
that's
question.
it.
No, I was saying is that why do we just automatically accept? Like me personally, this is my thought process. I just understand the male psyche. So when you understand the male psyche, you understand that if you walk with anything that's worth anything, there are some men who will look at you and assume that you don't deserve that. That's something that happens. I think maybe it's a spirit of competition, whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
especially if they have anything tied to that individual. So let's say I used to talk to you, or I tried to talk to you, whatever the case may be. And now they see who you actually talk to, and it's like, okay, I'm comparing you, X, Y, and Z, to myself. So some men, not anybody here, I assume, but some men, I can say myself, I've never done this, but some men,
Yeah, I do that all the
okay,
time. What are you talking about?
that's what you like? Oh, that's what you like.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Back like in college, I did that all the time. Like if you dated like a certain type of
That's what
fella,
you like how to do?
no, not even that. But let's say
Just to
that you
check
did
them.
let's just say that I already talked to you, right? Just like maybe you're kind of like one of your stories. You're telling me, like, if I see you with another guy and I'm like, oh, that nigga's lame as fuck. And he checks the lame boxes off one by one. Not saying I'm the coolest guy in the world, but I go, I'm a hell of a lot cooler than this fella. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you like, oh, that's what you like, man. Shit, man.
But why does that matter?
Downgrade a
You
girl.
start rocking with her.
Yeah, start rocking with her. But I don't want you to rock with no one else. You my girl. So I'd say you
And
not.
that's what I'm saying. So when that dude comes up to you like, hey,